Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Belfast ahead of the huge Féile show on Saturday night with headlining Mick Conlan. Before we talk about this huge show, I just want to talk about obviously your opponent that you're facing on Saturday night, Ruiz. Now we've seen one Ruiz cause a huge upset like a couple of months ago. It's not going to happen twice, is it?
Nah, no chance. Listen, I never take anybody lightly, whoever it is I'm facing. I don't have a tough challenge ahead of me on Saturday night in Diego Alberto Ruiz, but I've seen the kind of pitfalls which it's happened to recent fighters and champions, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen to me.
Let's talk about the show then, Féile. I mean, it's a dream come true for you. It's Falls Park where you grew up. I mean, we've seen Carl do it at Windsor Park fulfill his dream. Obviously now it's your opportunity. Just talking about this whole Féile festival and what it means to obviously your community and the people and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, listen, the Féile's been running 31 years now. It was kind of invented and brought in during the Troubles. They give the people of West Belfast something to celebrate, something to enjoy, and something to look forward to. So I'm delighted to be a part of it. It's somewhere I grew up. It's somewhere I've attended many times. It's in Falls Park, where I've probably had many fights.
Not scheduled
and not paid for either.
Exactly.
So I'm really looking forward. It's something special to me, special to my whole family, and special to the people of West Belfast.
I know it's been a huge sort of like logistical effort, and it's a lot of manpower that goes into creating such an event like this. But can we see this happening again at Falls Park with you and the Féile Festival and stuff like that?
We've been speaking about it, and this could be a yearly thing. If it could be possible, we could do this every year, and make me kind of the main event of it every year. It would be unbelievable. And obviously, other fighters come through. You're like Sean McCombs, who's also from West Belfast, and other West Belfast fighters, or even Paddy Barnes from North Belfast. We could all kind of have our moment in the park, and for me, I'm very fortunate and very grateful that this is mine.
I want to talk about Vladimir Nikitin. Has that ship sailed? I mean, that's sort of been a cloud that's been hanging over you a little bit after the Olympics and stuff like that. You've always wanted to get sort of your revenge, shall we say, but obviously when I'm pulling out one injury and the disappointment of Rio and stuff like that, has that ship sailed? Is that done?
It possibly is. On paper, the fight looks stupid anyway, but the storyline is fantastic and all that. But to be honest, I've settled my feelings over it. There's no problem to me. The ship for me had sailed a long time ago. It was a great storyline, and it was a good fight to make good money, and everybody wanted to see obviously the redemption after what happened in Rio. So listen, I've made peace with everything, so it's no problem to me. And I think now he's injured, I'm going to have a few more fights. The records are going to be even wider apart. So it made a sail now.
When we see somebody that turns pro with your amateur record or your amateur pedigree, around about this time in their career, 11, 12, 13 pro fights, we start talking about them fighting for that world title. I mean, you obviously got a tough test ahead of you on Saturday night, but how many fights are you from that world title, do you believe? I mean, because you are, like I said, that pedigree on your amateur career stands you in good stead in the pro ranks, because you've already proven it in 11 fights you've had?
11 fights,
so how far do you think we are before we start seeing Michael Conlan facing these world champions?
Within the year. 100% within the year. For me, the ideal situation and what I see is St. Patrick's Day,
New York.
MSG. I've always said a dream come true for me will be to win a world title in Madison Square Garden. The way I'm treated by the people of Madison Square Garden and the people around New York, the Irish kind of community, is phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to going back there and bringing, because the people will travel, and I'm very grateful. That's why I love putting these shows on, because this is kind of my way to repay the people who travel to see me, by bringing big shows, bringing American promoters and stuff to Ireland. The Top Rank coming to Ireland is a huge thing, and that's obviously partly to do with the MTK connection and myself. So I would love the MSG world title fight and then defend it next summer in the Féile again. That would be my
question was going to be world title Féile or world title Madison Square Garden. Which one would you prefer?
MSG. Win it in MSG. I'd rather win it away from home. The show that I don't have everything my own way. Everything's not home advantage. I've done this across the water, so I could win it there and come back here and defend it.
Sounds good to me. I'll need to speak to Coogan about it, because there's no way I can miss you winning the world title.
I don't know why you haven't been there this year.
I've been once, and that was your pro debut. I was at your pro debut.
Were you working?
I wasn't with Coogan. No, I paid for it. Yeah, I paid for it myself. So, but I'll speak to Coogan this time. If you get a world title shot at Madison Square Garden, I'll speak to Coogan. He might let me go this time. So, that'll be good.
He's Mr. America now, isn't he?
I believe he was kind enough to send me to Dallas last week for the Hooker versus Ramirez fight.
And I heard he done that because Umar is
he's injured.
He was busy.
I heard somebody, I think it was your brother Jamie, when I was talking to him, I think it was the last MTK Belfast show. We were talking about you, the Féile Festival and stuff like that, and he said that there might be an opportunity for you to move down to super bantamweight.
Yeah.
You're making weight right now. You've got a smile on your face. The day before the weigh-in. I mean, you're not grumpy. You're not arky with me. So is it easy? Is it going to be easy for you to make super bantamweight?
We don't know yet, because I actually haven't made it yet. Well, I did. I made it my debut. I made super bantamweight my debut, and I wasn't meant to. I was meant to make 124, and I made like 122.8 or something. So, because they could have easily made it then. I believe I can still make it, but the question is, are we going to? I don't know. We'll sit down after this fight and see, because I believe I've made weight very, very comfortably for this. And people always say, like, if you're making weight easy, you should be the weight below. But sometimes, if you look at the Eastern Europeans and stuff, they walk around at their weight, and they're strong and they're good at that weight. So sometimes taking too much out of yourself can be a problem. But I would have to see. We've done the scans, stuff, the DEXA scans and stuff, and the body weight ratios and all that. So it's physically possible, scientifically possible, but it's whether or not, when I'm down at that weight, the performances will be the same.
Because you'll be a big super bantamweight. Looking at you right now,
when I'm in the ring, I'm a welterweight, so
that's scary to think about.
It'll be hard. I'll have to be careful when I'm fighting for an IBF, because I have to stay within the 10 pounds.
That's true, aye.
But I'll definitely I'd be 16, 17 pound heavier when I'm in the ring.
Well, you're in the featherweight division. I mean, that's probably one of the. You would probably say it's one of the top divisions, talent-wise, and not just domestically here in Europe and all that, but worldwide. I mean, the champions, Josh Warrington, Oscar Valdez, all these guys, top champions, top fighters. You're going the WBO route, which is Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
he's looking at moving up. So
this is WBA as well.
Is it WBA?
Well.
This is the vacant WBA one.
WBO Intercontinental and the WBA Intercontinental.
Are you ranked in both organisations?
Yeah, I'm 5 and 6.
Well, there you go. So you're sort of like creeping on.
I'm 5 and 6, and I think it's 5 WBO, 6 WBA, 13 in the IBF. So
so you're talking within the year then for this world title shot.
100%. You know what I mean? And I don't mind who it is. I honestly don't. I don't care who it is. It's not about who's the champion or who's in front of me. It's about giving me my opportunity, and I will be successful.
You don't look at the champions and say, I'd rather face him because stylistically we can match and put on a good show. Not so much him because...
Give me the opportunity and I'll be successful.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. Well, what can the fans expect from you on Saturday? There's no way you're losing.
Nah,
there's
no way.
Féile Festival, are you?
There's always a possibility of things happening like that, but to be honest, the mindset I'm in is bulletproof. How I've prepared is better than I've prepared it. There's been a switch in this camp. There's been an absolute switch. The last 6 months have been different for me. Everything with Adam has been clicking. With having the Nikitin fight scheduled in, I knew what I was in for. I knew I was in for a battle, and people expected me to box on the back foot in that fight. I was going straight in toe to toe. I wasn't boxing on the back foot. I was showing what I could do to him and how quick I could do it to him, and that kind of set the tone for the training camp in terms of how my mindset was. I was just going to be a piece of iron where anything hit me, I was walking through it. Anything, nothing bothered me. Pace didn't bother me. I was going hard, and I kind of just I pushed myself so much in training, and even when the fight was changed, I just kept that mindset. So I'm prepared for anything on Saturday. I'm not going to go in and stand 30 toe to toe if I don't need to, because I don't need to prove anything here. I can go in and just put on a performance. I believe I believe I'll put on the best performance of my career so far as a professional, and I'm excited because the atmosphere is something that I don't think I'll ever experience again. Even if I do it again, I don't think it'll be like this. I don't think many boxing fans in the world will ever experience this atmosphere, and that's something I'm very grateful for. That's one of the best things about being Irish, is that the fans and the support they give is different to anywhere in the world, and it is. Well, Scotland's actually very good too. You know, when actually her stand up my neck when they sing Flower of Scotland, you know, because that's unbelievable. Like, it's a great anthem. But
thank you, Mick.
No, it is. But I'm lucky because, I wouldn't say lucky, but I'm grateful that I have the Irish connection, because the atmospheres I've experienced already in my career, world champions do not experience.
We've seen them travel to New York for you. I mean, even they've gone as far as Vegas for Irish fighters as well. So they're not just sport fans; they're boxing fans. They're knowledgeable about the sport.
Know boxing.
Yeah,
they're loud. Obviously, they like a drink, so they're going to be even louder.
And I've heard there's a free bar for the VIP as well, which is an Irish and free bar.
It doesn't mix. It'll be drank dry. But I believe even the world of boxing, once they watch this and they see the atmosphere during that walkout and during the fight, boxing fans all around the world are just going to be like, wow, I want to experience that. And you know what? See, when I was an amateur, this was the reason I wanted to go pro. Like, cause my dream was to be Olympic champion. It wasn't to be like professional world champion. Even though that is my dream now. The reason I wanted to go pro is because in the amateurs you don't get big atmospheres like this. You don't experience big nights like this. I was in world finals, Olympic semi-finals, everything. You know, I won everything, won gold medals and everything, bar the Olympics. So I've experienced the highest of the heights in the amateurs, and I've never experienced atmospheres like I have in the pros. So
it's only going to get better Saturday night.
Yeah, and Saturday night, everyone I've experienced so far, you know, from the debut till St. Patrick's Day this year, everything. Even when I boxed Australia on the Packy, I won the card. The fans have been amazing. The noise has been phenomenal. But Saturday night is going to be completely different to every single one I've experienced so far.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. But you mentioned your camp's going well. I've got to talk about your camp.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some stablemates.
Yeah.
You've got some team behind you. There's obviously Adam Booth, you've got H, who's probably the best hype man in the whole of boxing.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby! You know, he's a great character. What's it like having somebody like him in the camp?
Listen, see, I'm very, very grateful to have a great team, but also for H and stuff, because, you know, he's the kind of energy I need around me during fight, because if I don't like a serious energy, I don't like anything like that. I like chilled out, relaxed, and you know, even hyped up. You know, I love his energy, his fantastic energy. But even when I'm not in training in London and stuff, it's who I would be with and who I would hang around with, and even like when I go to my evening sessions and stuff, it's when I would be with H and stuff mainly, and we chill out after, have coffee, have food,
cake.
He'll even have cake. I wouldn't be eating cake. But he really became like a best friend to me, and you know, I'm very, very grateful for him and all the boys over in London. So even in the gym and stuff, this one is mainly been myself, Harlem. I think Shannon's been in most of the time, Big Joe Joyce, and Josh was in at the start, and then he fought, and then he was away on holiday, so we didn't see him as much. But it's been fantastic, and after Harlem fought, I think it was last weekend.
Last weekend in 6 hours, yeah.
So he fought then, and then he was straight back in the camp Monday to keep me company. So fair play.
That's something.
You know, I mean, that's great. Like, that's what you want. I mean, you want people who want to support you and want to help you out, and you know, I am grateful to have these kind of people surrounding me.
Good stuff. Well, I'll probably end it there because there's a press conference happening. Well, I've got to get mine left at 12 o'clock, which is half an hour away, so I'll get myself ready. Mick, as always, thanks for this Féile TV, and see you at the press conference. Thanks, mate.
See you there.